I'm Anthony, and when I was in, I'd say the summer before my 8th grade, I bought this friendship necklace um, to kind of like share with my friend. Like, I got one half, my best friend, and she got the other. I had known her for about, goodness, I'd known her since 5th or 6th grade. And in the duration of that time period, we've never hung out. Just like with just us two. We've never hung out independently doing anything together. It's always been I've always been invited like birthday parties. When we used to have a friend group in common, we would hang out at the functions kind of, but she was usually hosting or she had other people to talk to. I've never been her priority. And this carried forward all of these years through all of her boyfriends and her current boyfriend. I've never been the priority. And when I was younger, I really clung to the idea of being her best friend. That for a very long time, I was like, well, if I'm not her best friend, if I'm not wearing this necklace every single day, then who am I? Who am I when I don't have this other identity to attach to myself? And the answer is who I've always been, which is myself. And attaching my own perception of my identity to her was one that was unfair to me and to her. But also it's just unrealistic. There have been numerous times in my life where I have been in active crisis and I really needed my best friend. And she wasn't able to be there for me. And I don't hold those things against her, but I know that in a heartbeat, whenever she has texted me needing someone, I have always been there. It kind of feels like this year-long pattern of we don't talk for months and then she texts me because she broke up with someone or something bad happened and she needs me to put her back together. And for a very long time, I was fine with that because I felt safe and reassured and special in the fact that I was the only one who could. But then this summer, this recent one, I realized that she didn't know enough to do the same for me. She didn't know how I worked and operated. I don't think she knows my favorite color. And I don't know if there's any indication to any of this, but I own a lot of green stuff, and, I really like frogs. So a lot of people would think and assume that my favorite color is green and that my favorite animal is frogs. My favorite color is yellow. The brightest, sunshiniest yellow, just something happy and joyful and triumphant. It's my favorite color. And I don't have a favorite animal. I really like fish and frogs and bears and, lizards and snakes, but I don't have one favorite animal. I think it's really hard to have one favorite animal because they all deserve to be cherished and treasured, except for like echidnas. I hate those things. Um, there's so much to love, and I really love so many things, and it's not just frogs, and it's not just the color green, but if you asked her, that's my favorite color. That's my favorite animal. That, you know, um, over the summer, we kind of had a falling out because something happened and I thought that she wanted me to put her back together again, to fix the problems in her life, like I had done every single other time. And for the first time in her and my life, when she was coming to me with a problem, it wasn't my problem to solve for her. And that was puzzling to me because she didn't make that known, and I overstepped some boundaries. And so I was a little stupid, and I kind of thought that the only thing that she didn't want to be friends with me anymore ever again because I had overstepped my boundaries. And so the logical solution was to not be around. It was a very confusing and complex thing. And then I didn't really respond to her because I wasn't really sure how to respond. And if she had known me well enough, she would have realized that was, like, I was scared. I thought she didn't want to ever talk to me again. But she didn't realize that, and I don't think she ever really understood. And so ultimately it didn't get fixed, and that was okay. Like, for the first time in my life, I was realizing what it was like to have friends and be someone else outside of being her friend. We had been fighting previously, kind of up to that, not fighting, but I used to have a very large group of friends at my high school, and they really did not treat me well at all. And I was tired of that because they were supposed to be my friends and they weren't. But they would never tell me that they didn't want to be my friend anymore, so they would just, it was horrible. And I was very honest with her. I said, it upsets me to know that you're still really good friends with all of these people when they have treated me badly. And I'm not asking you to drop them for me, but you don't stand up for me either. And that's kind of what it all came down to. I don't think she knew how to or wanted to stand up for me. And when she did, it was never enough. I don't think she ever really considered my safety. She was and is still dating a Republican, a MAGA Republican, and it used to be that it was my role to de-radicalize him. I had to de-radicalize my supposed best friend's own boyfriend. That was really sucky. But we had been fighting previously, and being able to reattach the idea of myself to just finally being me and not anyone else, it really helped to figure out who I wanted to be and how I wanted other people to treat me. And so the months went by and we didn't really talk. And I'm okay with that. Sometimes I don't think there needs to be a really harsh end to a friendship. Sometimes I don't really think there needs to be some great disrupting event. I think that sometimes you can just end things quietly. I love her. I really do. Her parents were the first people that ever really made me feel like someone loved me and that they were proud of me. And her parents have said numerous times over the years that if I ever needed a place to go, I was always welcome there. I love her younger brother like I love my younger brother. Now, granted, I have a stronger relationship with my own, but I care about her so much, and it really kind of pains me to look back on stuff and realize that even if she does love me, she doesn't love who I am because she doesn't know who I am. Which is a thing to look at. Like, it's something that really sits heavy on you for a while because it's not for lack of trying on either end, but I certainly feel like I have tried harder and fought more for things that she was never willing or able to give. And looking back on all of the miscommunications over the years, I don't regret any of it. I just wish we had been more honest with each other. There's never a person to blame here. I don't blame her for anything that's happened. I don't blame her for the actions she's taken. There are some things that I would have done differently, but that's because it's me and it's not her. Like, we all see paths that we would have taken instead, and that's an okay thing to do. I just wish sometimes that it didn't hurt as much. And recently I had been thinking about giving her back the friendship necklace, even though I bought them to begin with. I'm pretty sure she lost hers years ago. and the CD I burned for her, and probably every other gift I've given her over the years, but I don't fault her for that. She loses everything. And I really only think that the only thing I would ever ask from her again is that I want her to live. I want her to continue to grow as a person, and I want her to know more people and to find a best friend, a true best friend, that she will treat like the best friend ever. They'll hang out all the time, and she'll figure out how to tell when a guy is crappy or not, and she'll get to live and love and be the best version of herself. Sometimes when people treat you bad, or people treat you in ways in which you would have treated like you wouldn't have wanted to be treated, it's not really about you. I mean, in this situation, it's not about me. She's had so many things go on in her life, and I've just taken a backseat to all of that. And that's okay. My feelings are still okay too. I still feel jealous, and I feel awful, and I would see her hang out with everyone but me, and I would see all the Instagram posts, and it's a sucky thing to go through, especially when she was and still is friends with people who really just don't care or like me. But she also is going through a lot, and I can recognize that, and I know that if she doesn't want me to support her through that, then I won't. If she wanted me around, then she would have said something. And so we haven't talked since October, maybe. And I'm not really bothered, because I hope that she's living her best life. And if we were to ever talk again, I would tell her these things. I know that maybe one day we will talk again, and we'll be acquaintances, and we won't be best friends, and she'll catch me up on what she is doing with her best friends, and how her, hopefully, boyfriend has grown as a person if she doesn't dump him. But I think in high school and just being young in general, we place so much stress on other people to have the perfect friendships, when really we've got nothing figured out. I was an experiment. We all are experiments. All of these friendships are trial runs, because we don't really know how to be people yet. And expecting her to get everything right on the first try is selfish of me. Even if I tried my best, I know she tried her best too, and sometimes things just aren't meant to work out. So I think there's a lot to be said, and we both learned from the experience, hopefully. And I really do wish her the best. I wish everyone I meet the best. There's always more to do and more to grow and a better person to be, and I hope she gets that. I hope you get that. And it is mid-afternoon, and it's a lovely day outside. It is a lovely day outside, and I hope that you have an amazing day. So, I love you all, and just tell your friends you love them, and always strive to be a better person.